Good morning, boys and girls. Okay, today you are going to answer some comprehension questions. All right, so how do you raise a raisin is our story. And you are going to use your reading book, but you don't have it, so I provided it for you to help you answer these questions. You're going to go back into the text and reread like a detective to find evidence to support your answers. Be sure to restate the question and answer all parts of the question in complete sentences. All right, boys and girls, so as you go through this, you'll see that you have the story first. How do you raise a raisin? How do you raise a raisin? Tell me so I'll know. They're such peculiar little things. How do they sprout and grow? Do raisins grow on Earth or other planets far away? Do aliens collect them and space shuttle them our way? Raisins are dried grapes. So far, there is no proof that raisins grow on other planets. Raisins are grown on Earth in countries like Turkey, Iran, Greece, Australia, and the United States. So who discovered raisins? Were they here when Earth began? Who was the first to nibble them, dinosaur or man? Raisins were probably discovered when someone or something tasted grapes that had dried on the vine. Over the years, people and animals figured out which grapes produced the sweetest, yummiest raisins. Okay, so boys and girls, let's go to the next page, and there is a question. Reread pages 380 to 381. I had already given you that, and we read that. Here, the author uses two different text types, poetry and expository. Remember what expository is? That is informational. How can you tell which text is which? Okay, so the question here is the author uses two different types of texts, poetry and expository. How can we tell which text is which? So let's go back and look. How do you raise a raisin? Tell me so I'll know. They're such peculiar little things. How do they sprout and grow? Do raisins grow on Earth or other planets far away? Do aliens collect them and space shuttle them our way? So boys and girls, does that part sound like a poem or an expository text? It sounds like a poem, doesn't it? And how do we know? Some of it rhymes. Yeah, some of it does, doesn't it? Tell me so I'll know. They're such peculiar little things. How do they sprout and grow? Grow and know, rhyme. Away and our way, rhyme. Let's continue reading. Raisins are dried grapes. So far, there is no proof that raisins grow on other planets. Raisins are grown on Earth in countries like Turkey, Iran, Greece, Australia, and the United States. Is that poetry or expository text? You're right, it is expository text. And how do we know? Yeah, the author is giving us a lot of facts, like where they're grown, and they list the countries, right? So we have some rhyme up here. We know it's poetry, it's written like poetry, and we have some facts down here. We know that that is written as expository text. How else do you know? Yes, the author used different font. The poetry is bold print up here, and the expository text is more, it's not bold, and it's a different type, isn't it? Yeah, so let's go answer that question together. Okay, so I am going to, you do not have to turn your boxes a color, but I do when I model for you, that way you can see better. Okay, so let's see. The poetry rhymes and is in bold print. Okay, for example, because they want a text as evidence, let's go back up here. Let's find our rhyming words. Know and grow are rhyming words. The expository text is not bold and the author uses a different, we call it type, it's really called font. The author gives facts like which countries raisins are grown in. Okay, so the poetry rhymes and is in bold print. For example, know and grow are rhyming words. The expository text is not bold and the author uses different font. The author gives facts like which countries raisins are grown in. I found evidence to support my answer on, where's my text evidence from? I used this page only. It's 2 pages set up for you, so I'm going to use 380. I'm going to use 380. Now, if you used examples from both pages, you would list both pages. Okay, then we're going to move on. The next page, you're going to read, answer a question. Read the story, answer a question. Read the story, answer a question. Read the story, answer a question. And then read the story, answer a question, and then read the story. So boys and girls, I provided you with the questions and the story all in one document. That way you don't have to flip back and forth between apps. Okay? So that is how you are doing today's reading assignment. You are reading for information, you are providing text evidence in your answers, and you are answering in complete sentences. Don't forget to be a reading detective today.